I'm here to talk about pedestrian safety and bike safety. You may see my family biking around town often. We have a cargo bike, and we also have 3 children who are very apt at biking along our city streets. So, biking in the Burg is wonderful in the city, states our Fredericksburg Visitor Center. The city website even has a guide for safe and enjoyable cycling in Fredericksburg, written by former police chief Nye. Yet many city residents don't bike. It's not that they don't like to ride or that they don't know how to bike safely. City residents don't bike around town because once off the Heritage Trail, the Canal Path, and the VCR, it feels very dangerous. I have to be honest at this point. I too have not traveled all parts of our city. I have traveled a lot, but not all. Last week, I had the opportunity to take my 4-year-old son and his neighbor to a camp that was at Dixon Park. I had never traveled there by bike. Ooh. Well, there's a reason for that. It was actually not that safe. Well, it's still 25 miles an hour. I bike with my children on 25-mile-an-hour streets. I'm excited that downtown has 20, but the rest of the city, we bike to school, which is at Hugh Mercer. We bike on the city streets. Shame on me for never going to Dixon Park by bike because I had not seen how dangerous it was. Not only is it dangerous to bike riders, but it's dangerous to our pedestrians. We have the gear, the lights, the helmets, the gloves, the very expensive bikes, and I really did feel very scared. The route we traveled was along Dixon Park, as I mentioned, and as we got to the intersection of the on-off ramps of the Blue-Gray Parkway, cars were traveling at crazy speeds. They weren't paying attention to bike riders, and that could be because there was no warning to them that there might be bike riders or pedestrians at the marked crosswalks. There are crosswalks at those intersections, but the cars paid no attention to us. We actually stopped at many of those crosswalks because I did not feel safe on the street with my children in the car, and we got on the sidewalk, and they still didn't stop. So I'm asking you, as a city resident, to install either the flashing lights that we have up by the college, which alerts cars and other pedestrians that there are people walking on the street. There are people traveling on the street. There are also other ways to alert our drivers that we have pedestrians and bike riders who like to use our city streets and our beautiful city sidewalks. I have to mention that the sidewalk in that section of town is lovely. It's not littered with trash. There are no huge roots that are growing up that the children like to, fling themselves off of in a ramp-style fashion. So it's actually a very nice sidewalk to use. So there are lots of things that we've already implemented around our city. We have the flashing lights up by UMW. We have the speed limit signs that tell people if they're going too fast. I did live on Prince Edward, and the cars were traveling at high speeds there, and you put in the markers to tell people to slow down and see how fast traffic was going. I think there are lots of ways that we could make sure that all of our city is connected, so not that only I can travel to Dixon Park, but folks who are traveling from the neighborhoods in that section of the city can also travel downtown, because our downtown parks are also really wonderful, especially for families who will be riding on bikes or pushing a stroller, and those intersections are just very dangerous. Our city is more than just our protected trails. Dixon Park Pool, historic downtown, and riverfront are inaccessible because our city discourages bikes and foot traffic on a lot of our roadways. Countless studies have shown that many people would ride a bike if they feel welcome and comfortable. Let's make the changes as a city and ensure that our tourism board, our police departments can stand by their statements that biking and walking around Fredericksburg is something to do this summer and always. Thank you so much.